What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Buccaneers franchise, episode 24. And guys, we have a very important video today. We have been talking nonstop about Trey Lance and the future of the quarterback position for this team. Today, we have ourselves a breakout scenario for Trey Lance in this Detroit game. Let's check it out. Trey Lance coming off of a stellar game. Is he in the process of taking the next step? He's played well, and I think it speaks to that. Obviously, we'd love to get that kind of performance out of him every week, and if we can, we're going to win a lot of games. Throw one or fewer interceptions and have 350 scrimmage yards or 4 total touchdowns with Trey Lance. So, guys, this is actually doable. 350 scrimmage yards, 1 or fewer interceptions. And I would say we actually have a favorable matchup to get this done. We are facing a Lions team that is 3-5 with an 80 overall defense. So before we get to the game, before we look into the Lions, I did want to finish the deep dive on the defense for the draft prospects. We went over the offense last video. This video, we're going to go over all the defensive players. I'm going to give you guys my thoughts on them, where I'm thinking of looking at. We have quite a few players at the defensive end positions that we can look at. A lot of these guys look like they are going to be more of a stand-up type of role in our system in a 3-4. But I mean, it doesn't hurt to look, right? Because we do need pass rushers. We don't know, so we still have question marks on Jermaine Johnson. How long is Luvu going to be good for? You know, what kind of situations are we going to be in where we needed a third or even a fourth pass rusher that we can rely on? So these are positions that are still needed. So we're going to start here at the top. Shaquille Johnston. Johnston is 6'4", 265, 22 years old. He is a speed rush archetype. He has some really good physical ratings here. Good to great, good to great, great to elite, and almost everything else. So very good physicals. And then here are the skills: A, awareness; B, play rec; B, finesse moves; C, power moves. The one issue is, what is his injury going to be at? C to F, that is a bad roll for the injury. Block shedding is going to be pretty decent. So it's going to come down to that injury rating, and if he can, you know, be somebody we can look at, especially for a round 1 pick. I mean, he's a solid round 1. He would have to be our first pick if we were going to go him. Right behind him is Dennis Reeves. He's 6'1", 258, 22 years old. Since we're doing the base 3-4, he doesn't necessarily fit our system, but we would be able to move him around and make it work. He also has a lot of good physical traits here. Good to great agility, good to great acceleration, great to elite in change of direction, jumping, and speed. And then strength is solid to good, which for a speed rusher, you're not expecting him to be the strongest out there. And then here for the core attributes, we have B, awareness; C, play rec; B, finesse moves. Don't know what the power moves are going to be. Block shedding has a bad roll on it. Impact blocking has a bad roll. Injury does have a good roll, so we know it won't be too bad of an injury situation with him. C, tackling. So we don't know a lot about him, but we know he can use his finesse moves, and he's going to come in with decent awareness and subpar play recognition, which is good. And then we have our first 95% scouted. Remember, we did a tier 2 on the defensive ends, but we will have a lot of information about some of these defensive ends here. Roughly the same build as Reeves, and he also pretty much the same spread here, it looks like, for physicals. And then for his attributes, he has A, awareness; B, play rec. So immediately those two are better. Finesse moves, same par as a B. Power moves are a D. Block shedding's a C. Injury is a D. Okay, so he's gonna have some good stuff, but he's also gonna be injury prone, in my opinion. So we are going to move on from him. We'll go down here to Glenn McAllister, 6'3", 270. And he is, as anticipated, with not being a speed rush type player, doesn't have as high physical ratings. Solid to good pretty much across the board. And then for the skills here, A, injury; A, tackle, that's good. B's in awareness, stamina, and hit power, and power moves. C's for play rec, block shedding, and finesse moves. We also know his impact blocking is going to be rather good, so he right now looks like a pretty good prospect. And now we're on to Javon Jones, the first one where I could see him being a D tackle or a defensive end, depending on the situation. 6'3", 320 pounds. And his physicals are going to be a lot lower just because he is a bigger guy going against these speed rushers in the combine. So his is going to look bad. It should look worse. But looking at the skills here, he has A's in play rec and tackle. That's big. B's with block shedding and awareness. Finesse move is a D, but again, not something I'm too concerned about. And for the majority of his stuff, he has A through C for a range for the grade. Injury is B through D, so, and same with stamina, which has me a little concerned we might end up being in the D range again like we were with the last guy. So we'll keep an eye on him for sure. Tyler House is the next one, another power rusher. And he just does not look like he's very good. C's and D's across the board, so I don't want to spend too much time on him. Same with Clint Dalton here. D's all the way down, except for power moves is a B. I'll just take a quick peek at him to see if anything else pops, and yeah, no. And that brings us to Deshaun Cleveland, another guy who's got a lot of, looks like D's and C's. Yeah, the only bright spot he's got is impact, blocking, hit power, and tackling. Injuries not good. I would definitely probably look the other direction when it comes to drafting him. John Carr, another one down here. And yeah, C awareness, C power moves, F finesse, B hit power, C tackle. Not the worst, not the best, but again, man, a lot of these defensive ends seem like they might have some lower injury ratings, which is really sort of rubbing me the wrong way. Not sure if I want to take chances on these guys. I'm just gonna look here. We're all down in day 3. All these guys have D's and C's. Nobody really jumps off the board for me. We'll move on to the right ends, and we'll start at the top. Mac Bradshaw, we know he is going to be a pretty good player. He is, I think, yeah, he's the #1 pick right now. He's got great to elite down the board except for strength. And then here he's got A's everywhere: tackle, power rush, play rec, awareness, B finesse move. So he is a do-it-all defensive end. Injury could be a bad situation for him. We won't have to worry about that decision though, because I don't believe we're going to be in a situation to take him at all. Next one, Dudley Long, 6'4", 260, another speed rusher. Great to elite in a lot of categories. That's good. A awareness, A finesse. Oh, F injury. See you later. And Tony Fox, 6'6", 272. Mixed bag with the physical ratings. Okay, so A awareness, A tackling, B for injury, play rec, and power moves, C for block shedding and impact blocking, D's for finesse and hit power. So he looks like a decent prospect, especially for rounds 2 to 3. Nothing crazy jumps off the board, but there's not a lot of things that make you say, wow, I really don't think we could use him. Block shedding can be improved. The fact that his power moves are a B, same with his play rec and his awareness being an A, that's big. So Tony Fox looks like he could be a potential, you know, 2nd, 3rd round pick. Hendrick Sally, who is another speed rusher, round 2 to 3 projection. He's got great to elite in a lot of categories here, but his ratings are not very good. F for block shedding, C's in play rec and finesse, B tackle, D power move. So he really just doesn't seem to have anything very strong on his card except for maybe tackling, and that's not even something that, I mean, obviously tackling is important for any defensive player, but if you're going to be a defensive end, we need to have some type of power or finesse moves, you know, and he just does not seem to have that in his repertoire, especially being 23. Yeah, I'm just going to move on from him. Owen McCall, another one, speed rusher. There's a lot of speed rushers in these classes now. Last year, you could barely find speed rushers at defensive end. Seems like they sort of changed that up a little bit. And yeah, just a lot of C's. Nothing really jumps off the board to me. Next one, Josh Farr, 6'4", 274. 22 years old. Decent to solid, solid to good, marginal decent. So not the best athlete. F block shedding. Wow, okay. D injury. Okay, we're moving on. And now we're down to the day 3 guys. So Dean Cobb is the first one. He's 23 years old, already on my crap list over that. And then C's and D's for pretty much everything except finesse moves. Yep. All D's here. F's for Stephon Bryan. Oh boy. Jermaine Mathis. Let's just check him out. He's a speed rusher, 6'1", 270. Good to great. Great to elite in a couple of categories. F injury. No, never mind. Wow. F block shedding for a power rusher. That's not going to be a good thing. Yeah, so defensive ends, while there's a lot of them, don't seem to have too many outstanding prospects when I'm at my initial look here. And then the D tackles, there's not a whole lot of D tackles, and I'm not even sure if this is a position we would look at, but we're going to check them out. So first one here is Nasir Wheatley. He is 6'6", 303 pounds, 22 years old. A lot of great to elite, a couple of good to great. F injury. Jesus. Next one is Ronnie Wesley, 6'6", 304, 23 years old. And we'll go straight here. Bad injury ratings. Wow. Did they just make all defensive ends injury prone, or defensive linemen? Everybody? I swear to God, I see more C to Fs and bad grades on injury than I do good ones. It seems like it's like a 60-40 split. You're 60% likely to get a injury prone defensive lineman. Is that like some kind of core mechanic of the game? I'm not sure why that is. But he's got A, play rec, B, awareness, B, finesse move, B, tackle. So overall, not too bad. Nothing that really makes me want to draft him with a high pick. Quan Cumberland, he's got C's down the board, so that looks very promising. Great to elite in acceleration and agility. Okay, well, there you go. B injury, but seems to be about average, right? B awareness, B play rec, C's in finesse, block shedding, and power moves. So we know he's going to be a balanced player at least, which is good. B tackle. Okay. Almost everything on here I like. I don't hate it. I don't love it, but I like it. So 6'3", 315, Quan Cumberland. Now, would I spend a first on him? No, I would not. Definitely not a need of ours. This would be somebody that would probably be, considering he can rush the passer, he would be a guy that plays both defensive end and defensive tackle. I don't even know if I'd want to spend a high second on him, but he is at least in the draftable pool for me at this point, based off of the rest of these guys. And now we're getting down to the 3 to 4 range. John Shepard, 6'4", 304. He is 22 years old. A lot of great to elites in really good areas: speed, jumping, and acceleration. Good to great strength, change of direction. Okay. And then for the attributes, awareness, B, block shedding, B, play rec, A, impact, C, tackle, D, and again, stamina and injury with that rough roll. We don't know if it's going to be a D or we're going to get a good rating out of it. But with him being around 3 to 4 projection, that at least doesn't cloud the judgment of him as much as it does for these higher projection guys, right? Because if you take a flyer and a mid-round guy, you have to expect to get some kind of baggage, whether it's an injury concern or a lack of something in a certain area. Teddy Red, that's a name. Teddy Red, 6'2", 318. Okay. Yeah, nothing really worth seeing here. CCDB. I feel like with defensive tackles especially, they really need to have at least something good, you know? So I'm just looking here, 23 already. Injury, C to F. Like everything, man. Like there's just Bob Harris. Do I need to make defensive tackles like better or something? Like raise the draft grades, like for the XP that you can change this year? I don't know. Bob Harris, C to F. Apparently nobody can be healthy at the defensive tackle position in Madden 24. The only good thing about this guy is injury rating. That's crazy. Okay, yeah. D tackles are not it this year. And then on to the outside linebackers. This is where we're going to have the mixed bag. We're going to have the off-ball linebackers that are coming out of a 4-3, and we're also going to have the edge rushers that are playing in a 3-4. And first guy here, Kerry Hayes, he's built like an off-ball linebacker, but apparently plays like a speed rusher. Okay, that makes sense. He's a top 5 prospect. Great to elite in a lot of good categories here. And yeah, he's got a lot of A's. Finesse, hit power, pursuit. Play rec is a B. Zone isn't going to be very good, but again, if he is built to be a speed rusher, then you're not going to have that. We don't know what his injury is going to be. We know awareness and block shedding is going to be a higher rating, which is good. Same with impact and power moves. Would I find myself spending a top 5 on him? Probably not, but somebody probably will. Quincy McPhee, another edge rusher, 6'3", 260. Okay, C to F and injury, C tackling, C's in play rec and power move. Yeah, just not a very strong round 1 for me. James Ellsworth, Power rusher, 6'3", 251, 23 years old. Nothing crazy in the physicals. Injuries, at least a good rating. Hit power, play rec, tackle, all have Bs. Same with block shedding. Not bad. I'm glad that we're not looking to take an edge rusher in the first round, because right now there is no clear-cut guy to me that's like, holy crap, we have to take him. And then it drops down to the mid rounds. Bradley Dudley here, who is an off-ball linebacker, 6 foot, 233. He's got great to elite in a lot of categories, but he also has potentially bad injury and stamina. This is the worst year for this to be a thing too, because we now know after last draft that dudes can literally come into the league with a 47 injury rating. So the fact that all these players have a C to F rating, like, you know, we've seen last year, it could mean they have an 83 injury, but now we know it could also be a 47 injury. It's not fun. It's not fun. He does have A awareness though. He's gonna have good coverage, both man and zone, so that's good. So hey, not bad for a mid-round guy. Dylan Haynes, he is an edge rusher, power rusher at that, 6'4", 260. And a lot of A to C ranges, so that is good. Power move, pursuit, impact, man coverage. Injury is an A, awareness is a C. Finesse move is a D. So yeah, power moves are probably going to be a decent. I would think maybe a C, just because he's a later projection, but not too bad of a prospect for a later draft pick. Next, we have Miles Mills, another edge rusher, and he is another bad injury rating. Zone is an F. Power moves are a B. Hit power B. Awareness A to C. Not a lot of good grades either. A lot of C to Fs, which I do not like to see. Denard Colbert right behind him. Another, oh, this guy's more of a prototypical, like, old school linebacker. Run stopper, 6'3", 240. He's got great to elite and some speed, some excel. Okay. A tackle, B play rec, B pursuit. Injury, not the greatest again. Zone coverage is a C. So, not too bad for a day 3 prospect at all. Another edge rusher, Montel Williams, 6'3", 258. He's 23, so that already is not looking good for you, dude. B awareness, B tackle, B pursuit. C block shedding. Injury could be good. Okay, looks like this might not be a horrible prospect to consider on day 3, especially if you're just looking for a potential flyer for the future or a depth guy. Oliver Coleman, another edge rusher. Holy cow, there's a lot of edge rush. Does EA Sports realize that there are still people who run a 4-3 defense? Like, Jesus Lord, man. Get it together. Injury, bad rating on the injury. Tackling is C. Play rec is a D. Zone coverage isn't very good. Power moves are going to be good, though. Finesse moves are at least a C, so that is good. Brendan Langford is the next one, another run stopper type, 6 foot, 250 pounds. He is 21 years old, so that's a big plus for me. Going to the skills here, A pursuit. Tackling going to be no worse than a C. Man coverage is a C. We don't know what the zone is yet. Hit power is going to be at least average. D stamina and a lower rating for injury. All right, and then another pass coverage guy. Finally, Theo Northrup. 6'2", 227, 22 years old. This is your prototypical new age linebacker. Good to great speed, excel, agility, great to lead and change of direction. Love to see it. And then in this area, again, C to F with injury. Can anybody have an A? For the love of God, EA, stop with this. Why can't they make this stuff randomized? There's no way this is an accident. Anyway, he's got A zone, he's got B, man, that's good. Awareness is going to be no worse than a C. Same with tackle. So, especially on a day 3, this is a player that I would definitely look at. And the last guy, Connor Hills, another run stopper. And it looks like he's going to be average in coverage, which honestly for a run stopper is actually all you can really ask for. A good spread on the tackle. A better spread on injury, at least in the C to F. Same with awareness and play rec. So this guy has the ability to be a good prospect, especially for day 3, being the last draftable linebacker at his position. I'll probably go through like these guys like later on. when I'm not recording anything, because I love trying to find some UDFAs that could potentially be future starters, or hell, even just a big steal that wasn't shown on the projection side of things. But if we went through every player in this draft class, we'd be here for an hour, which is also why I break it up, right, for offense and defense. And then over to the middle linebackers. We have Jaleel Bulo, who is a round 1 projection. We don't see too many middle linebackers at a round 1 grade. Last year, I don't think we saw many at all in our last franchise. Like, and I mean like literal last year, like Madden 23. I don't remember seeing a whole lot of them. And then physicals, yeah, great to elite down the board. Wow, okay. And we know that he's got A awareness, A zone. His injury, once again, C to F. Man coverage is B, hit power B. Okay, so he looks like he is going to be a very good linebacker. The next one, Stephen Cofield, 6'3", 238, 22 years old. Another guy with A zone from what I can see already. Not as great of physicals, but has a potential for better injury, B to D. Impact blocking, finesse, block shedding, and awareness, all with an A to C range, so that's good to see. We already know his coverage is good, stamina is good, pursuit is good. I like this guy right here, especially for a 3 to 4. This guy might honestly be on my radar because he's got a lot of good ratings and he's not going to be taken until later in the draft. So that would be an area that we could be looking at for a linebacker if we're going to go that route, because we don't need one early on, that's for sure. But later on, when you're just trying to fill positions and find the best players available, he would be a guy that I would look at. And then another one here for Jonathan Pryor, same area of the draft. He's got a less chance of a good injury rating, but he has A, block shedding, that's okay. B, play rec, B, tackle. C, man. Zone should hopefully at least be a C. Generally, these guys have a better zone than man rating. So I don't think it'll be worse than C. It could be a B though. I think it's a higher chance of it being a B than it is a D. Because usually when they make these guys, they make zone coverage higher in these linebackers. All right, so another 3 to 4 projection to Quan Clifford. He's already 23, don't like it. But he has A awareness and A hit power, a good spread on zone and play rec. So honestly, not too bad of a prospect for a middle of the round guy, or middle of the draft guy. Danny Griffin is next. Another guy who's 23, don't like it. Bad pursuit, potentially bad injury. Yeah, probably just not gonna waste my time on that. Samuel Matthews, a lot of D's that I'm seeing, don't like that. But he does have some good physical ratings. Great to elite, good to great. Skills wise, B man. Zone could be a B as well. I think it will be. Play rec a C. Hit power C. Awareness isn't going to be great, but his injury is higher, which is good. So honestly, Samuel Matthews might be a guy to look at. I don't hate that guy right now as a prospect. And then Peter Dawson, 6'3", 236. Pretty much solid to good, so sort of average in the physical ratings department. B awareness, F zone. Okay, well, you can't have F zone and be a middle linebacker in this NFL. Dalton Mills. 23, don't like it. C to F, C, yeah, no. Yeah, when you're a later pick like this, you have to at least have something that jumps off the board. I'm sure I said that in the last video. Might have even said that earlier in this video and don't remember it. But you have to at least have something that jumps off the board, right? This guy, 21. Okay, I can work with that. Good to great speed. I can work with that. Injury, C to F. Oh, yes, B awareness. Zone could be good. Man could also be good. So that'll keep him afloat for now. Eric Charleston, another run. Man, there's a lot of middle linebackers in this day 3 area. Let's see. C's, D's. Yeah, not even good zone. We have to move on from Charleston. Amari Bush. C's and D's across the board. That's not good. And you're 23. Yeah. Awareness is not going to get you that far, man. Watch it be hilarious. Watch that guy end up being like a great player or something in like 5 years. Mark my words. I don't think he's good. I'm not even going to look at him, but remember the name. We'll see if he pops up down the line in the series as like a starter somewhere. That would be funny. Mike Terry, the next one. 23, don't like it. E for man, D pursuit, C's David Reynolds. Finally coming down to the last two. Holy cow, those are a lot of guys. Another guy who's 23. And this guy doesn't have anything that really jumps off the page to me either. Yeah, and these last two guys just did not have anything worth even looking at. So, on to the next one. With this side of things, this was the guy they had us taking in the mock draft. I'm not sure why. He's 23, so you guys already know. Not a big fan of that right out of the gate. But he does have some good ratings here. A, power moves. B, play rec. A, pursuit. B, stamina. C, injury. Okay, spoke a little too soon. And the top guy here is the crocodile hunter, Steve Irwin. And honestly, we really don't know a lot about him. It looks like he's gonna be pretty good though in the pass rush moves department. Yeah, so he'll probably be a great selection for somebody. Just won't be for us. I want to see somebody who jumps off the board to me at like this. Oh, like this guy, Connor Blackburn. Who is this? Okay, so 3 to 4 projection, 6 foot 224. He's 22 years old. Great tool lead in almost everything. A to C for man and zone. A tackle, A awareness. Injury even has a good range on it. Ooh, okay. Connor Blackburn, guys. He might be on my board along with, what was his name down here? Where was it? Where was his name? Theo Northrup. Yeah, so Northrup and Blackburn right now, definitely jumping out at me. And we're on to the day 3 guys. Run stopper with C zone. Ooh, F zone. Yikes, guys. A lot of bad ratings here. Yeah, nothing that really stands out to me at the outside linebacker position for the rest of the way. But I do like what I see in Blackburn. C to F on him. I looked at almost all of these day 3 guys, and they're either older, they don't have very good injury ratings, or they don't have very good ratings at all to make me even want to continue looking at them. So I just sort of been skipping past them. Christopher Landry here is the last one I'm looking at. B awareness, not bad. C man coverage. Zone should be a C or a B. Play rec should be good. Not bad for a day 3, but overall not a lot of great prospects. And now on to the corners. Now I'm not going to look at every corner, guys. There is like 20 something of them. We just don't have the time for that. But I'm going to go through and I'm just going to take a look at a few of them. Like the first thing I'm noticing, the top corner has a C man and B zone. Jose McKinley seems to be a better corner than him. 75% scouted, 23 years old though. So that's already not something I'm a very big fan of. B injury, that's good. Zone is B, man A, play rec C, awareness B. Okay, so McKinley, probably gonna be a pretty decent corner. Lamont McIntyre? I don't know which one it is. McIntyre, I think, yeah. Lamont and McIntyre here. Great to elite, so good physicals. Zone coverage is an A. Man needs work. Man does need some work, but zone coverage is an A, so that is awesome. Max Hunter. A little bit on the shorter side for me, 5'11", 208. Not for a corner overall, but we already have a lot of dudes who are 5'10", 5'11". But he has some good stuff. Oh, but his injury's a D. God dang it. Carl Robinson, 5'11", 190. He's 22, round 2 to 3 projection. And he actually has some pretty good ratings here. B, man, zone, tackle, injury. C for play rec and block shedding and press. Yeah, okay. Kick return, stamina, hit power, catching, all A's to B. A or B. And awareness B to C. This guy looks like a really good corner prospect for his area, right? Not obviously not a first round guy, but for rounds 2 to 3, that's not a bad prospect at all. This guy has no B at all. I'm not even looking at him. This guy only has a B in catching, I think, but he is 21. He's 6'1", so that means I will at least look at him. Let's see. Oh man, injury C to F. Dang it. I'm so sick of seeing this. Bryce Powers. Another guy, he's 23. Play rec is an F. B zone. Yeah, I'm not going to be, no, not going to be doing that. Nope, not looking at him. Nope. If you're a corner and you have below C, I'm telling you guys right now, I'm probably just taking you off my board. In either one. If it's below a C. Like, I feel like that should be the minimum. For a corner, you should have C. You should at least be averaging coverage for me to draft you. That's just my opinion. You guys don't have to agree with me on that. I can't do it. Wow. This does not appear to be a very strong corner class, which is a good thing because we have good corners right now. We don't need to reach for a corner at all, and I'm happy we don't because it does not look very promising. Same for safety. I would like to start bringing somebody in to mold behind Ryan Neal. I'm not sure if Christian Isian will be able to take over that helm between getting to be good enough and also not trailing him by like 2 years of age and us having to repeat the cycle anyway. But safeties have been something that haven't really been too great from what I see. Kevin Cooks is the first one that jumped off the board to me because of his size. I would like to have a taller safety, and he's got B awareness, A hit power, B tackle, C man. So not the best coverage guy, but he could really be a good strong safety. The only concern, of course, again, injury is C to F. Even though he is a little bit shorter, Markel Sheldon sort of jumped out to me because he's a bigger guy, 220 pounds at 5'11", and he looks like he'd be more of a thumper type of safety. B awareness, B block shedding, play rec, pursuit. Hit power is going to be no worse than a C. I wouldn't be surprised if it's an A just because of his build. C zone. So definitely another strong safety candidate. I don't see him being a free safety. And Edward Roten, 21, 5'9", 207. I'm not a big fan of these shorter guys like this, outside of Antoine Winfield Jr. But he's got good ratings. B's in awareness, zone, play rec, pursuit, and tackle. A to C for hit power, man, stamina, catching, and block shedding. We don't know his injury. It's C to F again. Man, it's crazy. This guy has D's and C's. I'm not even gonna look. He's got good hit power. Taquan Pitts, 6 foot 216, 22 years old. B hit power, play rec, awareness is a C. So, another strong safety. Wonder if they got these guys mixed up. Maybe they just threw them over here because they needed free safeties, but none of these guys appear to be like coverage guys, man. Where are the coverage safeties? None of these guys are decent in coverage. Dontrell Farrell might be the only guy who has a chance at it. He's 5'9". Holy cow. Okay, let's go over to the strong safeties. Maybe we can find a free safety in the strong safeties. I need a guy with decent coverage, you know? Wow. So many C's, you know? You just don't see a top prospect out of all of these guys, and they're all short. I'm not a fan of like any of these prospects, man. Wow. Okay, well, maybe I can find some guys later on in undrafted territory because this secondary, this whole defense really doesn't seem to be that stacked right now for the draft. All right, now that we have finished the defensive scouting process, it's time for us to focus on the upcoming opponent, which is the Detroit Lions. Now, I was not anticipating watching this game. I actually was going to probably sim a game or two. But now that we have the breakout scenario with Trey Lance, I feel like we are obligated to watch this game. Hopefully it's not a disappointment. So we're going to look here at the Lions. They're still led by Jared Goff, David Montgomery, Jahmyr Gibbs. So same running back rotation here. At wide receiver, Amon-Ra St. Brown and Jamison Williams are the top guys. And then Donovan Peoples-Jones is here. I believe they signed him in the offseason. Antoine Green, and okay, so nothing too crazy there. Sam Laporta still the tight end. The line looks to be pretty untouched. I believe Cesar Ruiz is a new guy, and they drafted Logan Snell. Penei Sewell at the right side, and then on the defense, Aiden Hutchinson. He will be a problem. 85 overall. They drafted Kai Perryman, so he will be the starter on the other side. He was drafted 18th overall in this past draft. In the middle, they have Michael Pierce from the Ravens and Aleem McNeil. Outside, they have our old player, Shaquille Barrett. Look at that. Still playing. 76 overall. Jack Campbell and Michael Walker in the middle. And then they also have Joe Tryon-Shoyinka. It's a reunion. Look at that. Both of our old edge rushers. These were the starters for us last season. And now they're both the starters for the Detroit Lions. That is weird. And then at the corners, not a very strong situation for Detroit. Michael Davis, Cameron Sutton, Emmanuel Mosley. Yeah, they really just do not have a very strong cornerback room. Hopefully Wharton and Godwin can take advantage of that. Kirby Joseph at the free safety position. And then CJ Gardner-Johnson at strong safety. They also have Brian Branch, who right now is injured. So he will miss this week. I'm assuming he would probably be one of the safety starters. But either way, we will not be seeing him. All right, so guys, I was looking around the league and I saw that Dontrell Samuel was still playing. He played quite a bit and he ended up finishing with almost 1,200 yards passing, 7 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. And this guy is a star development player. His hidden development was removed. And I had a guy ask me about his throwing motion. He has Slinger 3 for his throwing motion, and his traits are oblivious for sense pressure and ideal for forced passes. That's what his ratings are. So I have been keeping an eye on him. I really have, because you never know. I might have to, try and swing a trade for him. And then I wanted to check on Danny Mason. And look at what Danny Mason is. A superstar X-Factor receiver. That was the guy that we passed over to draft Taylor Wharton. Superstar X-Factor. Dang. So, I don't know. I'm hoping that Taylor Wharton is at least superstar now, right? Because if he's only star, I feel like I really screwed that one up. But Danny Mason, the receiver that is going to be going head-to-head with our receiver Taylor Wharton, because of how high of draft picks they were, superstar X Factor. And that brings us to the weekly strategy. So the Lions are sort of middle of the pack on both sides. They don't have a very big strength at either area. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to lean towards the pass once again. I think I'm going to stick to medium pass this week again, because they have some really fast receivers and they have some good receivers, and Goff has an arm on him. So I don't think they're going to sit here and dink and dunk it all the way down the field on us. On defense, they are very good against the run. They're also top 10 in sacks. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to throw it medium as well. Actually, I'm going to stick with blitz counter. Yeah, that worked for us last week, so we're going to stick with it. This week, we're going to try to get 1 interception. Okay, that's the plan. We haven't had that in a while. Defensively, allow 20 points or less. Offensively, we know we're aiming for 350. We need that 350. And then here we're going to go for 15 first downs. For this, that is the weekly strategy. It is now time for me to do the games, and then I'll see you guys on the field. All right, before we get to the game, I mentioned to you guys earlier this week that I have been working on some sliders, and I did that after recording the first part of this video because I was just seeing a lot of things that, it started mounting up. I know I made comments about, penalties not being here, and it's like, oh, well, I mean, if everything else is good, we'll leave it ride. Injuries not really being there. Again, everything is good, let it ride. There was a comment on one of my on one of the videos. It was such a simple question, but it made me question the sliders altogether. And it just said, why does nobody break tackles? And I'm like, huh. That is that's a good question. And I gotta be honest, I never even noticed that until I read that comment. I didn't notice that one bit. But then it got me thinking. And yeah, I mean, we've seen juke moves and stuff from Rachaad White, but I mean break tackles, missed tackles. And I was like, you know what, guys, I just gotta really dig into these sliders, man. Something with how this game has gone down its path of updates has adjusted things to the point where this needs an overhaul. So I went to the lab, if you will, and I started going through a whole bunch of different slider sets, man. I was tweaking a couple of things here, changing some settings there, And I think that this set that I have right now is actually a really good set. I like what I've been seeing so far. We'll see how they go with this game against the Lions. But I can tell you that there are penalties that are coming back. I've seen broken tackles. There are some other things that I might have to iron out that I'm still trying to work on. But overall, I'm a fan of what I've come up with for the sliders right now. So I'm going to show you guys a quick little preview of those sliders and the new settings, and then we'll go to the game. All right, so this is what I have for the skill sliders. 38 quarterback accuracy, 40 for the run block and pass block, 50 for catching. Ball security I didn't touch. Pass defense, reaction, interceptions, and pass coverage all brought up to 30. Tackling brought down to 60. I brought fatigue down to 70. And then I brought holding up to 50. So the reason I brought holding up to 50 is because the running was so easy for both teams. And I just didn't want that. I love running the ball, but I don't want it to be cheaply done. And by bringing holding up, what the general thought is around the Madden community is that holding slider can actually make the run blocking easier or harder based off of the rating, because it programs the AI to, if it's higher, think more carefully about holding, which can lead to them missing more blocks, or lower, they don't care as much about causing a holding penalty, so they're more aggressive in their blocks. And I had this down at, I believe, 45 or 40. I brought it back up to 50. And right now I like what I'm seeing. So this is like sort of the first test. I've done a lot of tests, but we all know every time I do a test for sliders and then I go and watch a video, it's completely different. So I don't know what's going to happen yet, but we're going to just follow these along for the next couple of weeks and we'll see what it is. Hopefully this will fix the problem. I also made some changes to the gameplay settings. I moved this to All Pro. I moved this to Simulation. And then I upped the quarter length to 12 minutes, turned the Excel clock on, and put that to 18 seconds. For some reason, I was running the 10-minute, and I don't know why, but for some reason, after I changed the settings around and I changed it to Simulation, it seemed as if 10 minutes just wasn't enough time in the game. There wasn't as many plays being done, and I don't know what changed, but Madden is so weirdly connected in ways that I have no idea exactly how it does all of what it does. I don't understand it. One thing can change something completely separate. I've said that before. And for some reason, I made all these changes and I left the 10 minutes on with no Excel clock. And it was like they were just bombing it down the field like the clock was running out. It was so weird. So I changed it to 12, turned on Excel clock. And now I'm seeing where it's like 30 to 35 passing plays, but I'm also seeing about 15 to 20 run plays. So on average, we're seeing about 50 to 70 plays per offense, depending on who's controlling the narrative of the game. And that is all of the updates. So without further ado, let's go ahead and let's take on these Lions. All right, we're gonna start things off on offense. Trey Lance coming on out. This is definitely gonna be interesting to see how things are played out with Trey Lance. Interceptions are also back, guys. They are back. I watched 3 different games where defensive backs are actually catching interceptions. So I don't know if that means good or bad things for Trey Lance, but here we go. Let's find out. All right, first snap of the day. Lance over the middle, and he finds Quez Watkins open across the 40. Nice pick of a 19. Offset eye for Samuel. Morgan in motion. We're going to go hand off. And Samuel stuffed at the line. Nowhere to go for him. Jack Campbell, I believe the one on the stop. Yes, it was. Second-year linebacker making the play. And going for the screen, and he chucks it in the dirt. The blitz got through there very quickly, threw the timing off, and we quickly find ourselves in a 3rd and 10 situation. Lance back. Rolling out, steps up, going to take off, and he's got the first down, sliding at the 45. I've also noticed that Trey Lance actually runs more now, which is strange, but we'll accept it. Play action. Lance over the middle. He's got a man. It's Godwin down inside the 20, dragged down at the 14. And remember today, guys, we also have a breakout scenario for Trey Lance. If he gets 350 scrimmage yards or has 4 touchdowns with 1 or fewer interceptions, he goes to superstar development. And oh my God, what a catch by Wharton. Down to the 1-yard line. And that is going to be good for 13. And now Samuel is going to check in for this goal line formation. Fake it to him. Lance has to get rid of it quickly. He does to Cade Otton for the touchdown. No, that was Luke Gedeke, the right tackle. Wow. Okay, that was different. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. And now it is time for the Detroit Lions to start on offense. Jared Goff comes out in a single back formation. Handoff to Jahmyr Gibbs, and he'll take it forward for 5. 13 carries, 93 yards, and a touchdown last week for Jahmyr Gibbs. Him and Montgomery have really turned into a good 1-2 punch for Detroit. Oh, and there's our first flag of the season, boys. Look at that. False start on the Lions. Gonna push them back to where they started at the 14. All right, empty set here on second. Goff back. Lets it go quickly downfield. It's off target. He was looking for the deep shot. Jamel Dean said no thank you. And now we're going to put him in our own 3rd and 10. Here we go. Can they get off the field here? Goff under pressure. Hit as he throws, and it's incomplete. Jermaine Johnson got back there. Out we come again. First drive was a success. We threw a touchdown to a lineman. I'm not a fan of that, but we got a touchdown. And we'll start in plus territory. Handoff to Rachaad White. Tries to get outside, but he is only able to get 2 yards. Here we go. Trey Lance back to throw it. Looking right side. It is caught by Wharton again. Oh, no. No, he was down. He was down. Doesn't matter. We recovered it. They're not going to challenge it. 3rd and 2, a very short 2. Hand off to Samuel. He gets the first down and a few more down to the 31, it looks like. A nice pickup of about 5 yards. I've also noticed a nice balance between Samuel and Rachaad White for some weird reason in this set. Here we go. Oh, and underneath, it's caught. It's James Blake, and oh no, Blake is injured. Oh, come on now, man. We can't be starting this. Hopefully, he will be back soon. He has been such a big part of this season for us. Lance, a quick throw. It's caught. Godwin holds on through traffic, and he's down to the 5. And I promise you guys, receivers are dropping passes, okay? They are. I've seen it in multiple games. So don't get too upset about that. Handoff. Samuel up the gut and in for the touchdown, and we are off and running here early in this game. Detroit comes out down by 14, 5:51 to go in the first quarter. Goff looking short, and he finds his tight end, Sam Laporta, for a pickup of 7 yards, his first completion of the day. Levante David in on the stop. And you're going to hand off to Gibbs, who gets outside, gets away from Vita Vea, and gets himself the first down. It's a nice run by Gibbs. Getting away from the pressure there. And they're going to go to Montgomery now. And look at Montgomery. Easy running for him across the 45. Back to throw over the middle. And there's Laporta open. Down inside the 30. Hand off to Gibbs. Cuts it back inside. And Neal will bring him down after 6. Play action rollout for Goff. Looking short. Oh, found his man, but Ryan Neal did too. And he will bring him down at the line. Great job. It was right on the catch. And now another 3rd down for Detroit. Goff looks short quickly. Caught. Oh no, he has to run backwards, and Jamison Williams is going to lose 4 yards. And we are going to force the field goal. Big stop by the defense. So after that field goal, both teams had drives that stalled out with punts. We come out here, still up 14-3, with 10:14 to go in the first half. Hand off to White, gets up in the middle, gets 3 yards. Quick snap. Lance steps up, fires a rocket over the middle to James Blake, who is back from his injury. And he'll get it across midfield down to the 46. Happy to see that he has made his way back. He has, like I said, been a big part of this team and this offense this season. As Lance back to throw it again. Fires short for Wharton, who was running wide open. Oh, no! Oh, no! That's a fumble for sure, guys. He got popped. I mean, you have to hold on to the ball. But he did get popped, man. Wow. That's a big hit there by CJ Gardner-Johnson. And the Lions are going to get the ball back on a fumble. That sucks. That is rough. We had such a good drive going. First down. Goff hands off to Gibbs. Beautiful lane over on the left side. They get the edge sealed, and he'll get himself a first down. 7 carries, 40 yards for Jahmyr Gibbs, who's coming off a 93-yard performance, as I stated earlier. And it's picked up right where he left off. Quick throw over the middle. It's caught. And it is Sam Laporta. His third catch of the day. Oh, we're sending heat. And they get rid of it on time to Montgomery, who brings it to the 47, making it once again third and very short. Hand off to Gibbs, and he gets the first. The Lions have a very good team. We know that. They have a high-powered offense. They have some good weapons, but they are struggling right now at 3-5. So hopefully we can try and take advantage of that. Oh, right there, a big pass breakup by Jamel Dean. Meets the receiver at the point of contact. It'll force second down, but we're sitting pretty right now. We're above 500, and we're looking for another big win. Goff looking deep, incomplete. He had a man, but he could not keep his feet down. Here we go, 3rd and 10. Goff with a big drop back, looking over the middle and off target. All right, here comes Trey Lance. Last time out, of course, that fumble from Taylor Wharton. Defense gets a good stop. We'll start from the 27. 6.5 to go in the first half. Handoff White. Gets outside, little juke move, and gets him to the 32. Best run of the day for him. It's been a rough start. Rough start for Rachaad White. Not something we're accustomed to seeing so far this season. And there's another handoff, and he'll get the first, it looks like. Yes, he will. Okay, we have a full house set in the backfield. And we're going to go right back to White. Oh, a nice little cut move there, and he's going to get 9 more. Another handoff. Oh, a great job with the cutback. It doesn't get him much, but it gets enough to move the chains when it looked like he might get stopped in the backfield. And we'll have the ball directly at midfield here. Another shotgun formation for us. Lance back to throw it. Looks short. Wharton with the catch, and he's out of bounds after 5. And like I mentioned before, every time things change, this is the first time I've ever seen Trey Lance be 11 of 12 on this slider set. So that's something. Oh, and there goes White again, down to the 33. Yeah, most of the time he's usually between 50 and 60% completions percentage. That's what I've been seeing as the norm. So I don't know what's got him completing every pass this game, but we're just gonna let it ride out. I've been running so many tests. This game is probably all sorts of jacked up. Oh my God, and there's the first interception. Call me crazy, but I'm actually sort of excited. But I'm mad that he threw that pass. You can't throw that. And Emmanuel Mosley makes him pay with the interception. I mean, you just can't throw that. I understand you're trying to get to Godwin, your best playmaker, but that play is covered. It's completely smothered by defenders. And now Detroit is going to come back out here. Second turnover for our offense so far this half. And Goff can hand it off to Gibbs, who is shut down once again by Levante David. Oh, I'm sorry, that was Devin White. I swear to God that was 54. All right, whatever. 2nd and 10. Another handoff to Gibbs. Oh, and there's a fumble for us. Vita Vea came in and forced a fumble, and we get the recovery. Vita Vea smacks him. Ball comes out, and it looks like maybe Luvu gets the recovery. I'm not sure. But either way, we have the ball. And we're now at the 22-yard line. Empty set. We have a chance here to put up some great points. Lance back. Under pressure. Gets rid of it just in time to Godwin underneath. And he'll get about 4 or 5 yards. Quick snap for Lance. Oh, and he's off target. Looking over the middle, I believe it was Taylor Wharton. Or maybe it was Watkins. But he missed him. And now 3rd and 5. Offset eye for Samuel. Morgan in motion. Play action. Lance looking downfield. Under pressure, he goes down. Runs right into Aiden Hutchinson. And we're going to have to settle for 3. All right, Detroit will open up the second half with the ball. After the field goal we got, it just sort of was back and forth, punt, 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 punt. So I just skipped it all. Oh, look at the moves by Gibbs. The patience to find that open lane and get himself almost the first down. He'll get about 9 yards, 9 3/4 if you want to get technical. The 2nd and inches. That was a great run. Another handoff to Gibbs. He gets outside, easy first down, still on his feet to the 43. 12 carries, 67 yards. And I sort of had a feeling this was going to happen. We went for the medium pass, and that, of course, takes away some run support. And they are taking full advantage of that. Gain of 3. Goff takes it and throws it short, and it is caught by Williams. That was a nice catch. 2nd catch of the day. He only has a yard. Oh, yeah, because he had that big loss on that play. I remember that now. And Gibbs is going to get the first down. The Lions pulling out the run game for this second half opener. And so far it is working. Montgomery checks in. Laporta in motion. Handoff. Montgomery right up the gut. Look at that. Another 10 yards. They are gashing us right now in between the tackles. Goff. Left side. He's got Laporta. And he's got another first. Not a very good day so far for Goff. 11 of 20. But he has been able to find some of his playmakers. And it looks like they're getting into a rhythm here. Play action. Goff. End zone. Easy touchdown. It's Brock Wright. And the Lions are going to get themselves on the board and cut this down to a 7-point game. All right. First drive of the second half. We're going to go hand off to Samuel, who I don't know what the hell he was doing in the backfield. He just, I guess, wanted to get tackled by Aleem McNeil. I mean, you guys saw that. He just stopped in his tracks and just stood there. 2nd and 9. Blitz coming, and Lance does not even try to get rid of it. Mykal Walker gets back there for the sack. 3rd and 15. Detroit feeling it after that first touchdown. Lance looking over the middle, and he's got Wharton. A huge completion. That was a big time play right there, because Detroit feeling that drive, that momentum from the touchdown. If we give up a 3 and out there, that might have been really bad. But here we go. Rachaad White takes the handoff, a gain of 7. He has turned this day around for himself. You know, first quarter looked really rough. Like 5 carries for 10 yards, but now 9 for 47. And we'll go back to him again, and he gets the first. Robert Hainsey, our right guard, injured on the play. Go right back to White. Breaks off of 1, and he is down to the 31. Run game working for both sides in this second half. Empty set now for us on first. Lance, under pressure, rolls out of the pocket. He's going to fire it deep to the end zone, and it's batted down. That was a good play. It was a good play by the defender. It was Cameron Sutton, I believe, on the coverage. 2nd and 10. Here we go again. Short one for Watkins. Gain of 6. 3rd and manageable here for us. Lance steps up. He's going to run with it again. Sliding down at the 18. The new thing where they mark it where you first initiate the slide is so stupid. Like, the dude, he went forward. He didn't go backwards. Why is he not getting those extra 3 or 4 yards he got, you know? That's just strange to me. And Lance rolling out. He has to throw it away. Big set here on second. We're going to go hand off to White. And James Blake has to get over there. James Blake gets over there and seals that edge. We might be looking at a touchdown. But for some reason, he was not able to, and now it's 3rd and 8. Lance, under pressure, rolls out. And he's going to try to run it. And he's going to get dropped short at the 11. And I'm assuming we're going to take the 3 points here. 1st and 10 here, as we will start near midfield after the big stop against Detroit and a bad punt. Over the middle, it's Palmer, and he'll get it down to the 46. One thing I feel like I've noticed between Palmer and Watkins, I've been sort of back and forth between the two of them, is Watkins obviously good for the big play, but Palmer seems to work a little bit better in like all of the routes, if that makes sense. As there's a face mask. Oh boy, Detroit getting penalized for the face mask, and that is going to put us all the way down to the 28. That's a big penalty at this point in the game. We're already up by 10, and that almost ensures that we should be able to add some points here as long as we take care of the football. Lance looking again to Godwin. Same route, same outcome, really. This time it goes for a 1st down. Another throw. Lance pushed out. He's going to try to run with it, and he slides down after just 2 yards. He didn't want to get hit by Jack Campbell. I can't really blame him for that. I don't think I'd want to be hit by him either. 2nd and 8. Lance fires. End zone, off target. He was looking for James Blake. And it looked like Blake had a step, but he put it a little bit too far outside. He was not able to bring it down. 3rd and 8. Now we need the 4. Lance over the middle. And, oh man, that seemed like it was... Blake was turning as he tried to catch it. And we'll have to take the 3 points. Detroit down by 13. 8:09 to go in the game. Goff, play action. And finding Amon-Ra St. Brown. That was a great pass. Right to the corner. Right to the out of bounds line there. Nobody could get it except Amon-Ra. And it'll be a 1st down out to the 40. Empty set. Goff looking deep down the left side. And no, it's out of bounds. 2nd down for Goff. And oh my God, how did they not connect there? Like, how? That's crazy. Wow, 3rd and 10. Uh-oh, Goff in trouble. He goes down, Isaiah Rodgers. And we will get another stop on defense. Oh no, they're gonna go for it. Oh, I don't agree with this, man. Not at this point. There's still 7 minutes left. Goff going deep. And he got him? Are you kidding me right now? There's no way. There's no way we let this kind of crap happen on a week-to-week basis, guys. 4th and 20 flipping 1, and we give that up. That is just insane. How do we let that happen? You've like, what? Oh my God. Like, Jamel Dean will be literally all of the greatest corners ever combined for almost 90% of the plays. And then usually on 4th and 20, he turns into well, whatever we just saw there. Looking for the screen. They'll get it. Gibbs outside down to the 35. 3rd and 6. Goff under pressure, and again he goes down. This time it's Christian Izzian. And now another 4th and 15. Let me guess, we're about to give up 20 yards? Is that what's about to happen here? Probably. Come on, defense. Not 2 times in 1 drive. You can't let that happen. You can't. Goff deep. Thank the Lord. If we gave up 2 of them, I might have just turned my PlayStation off and went to bed. All right, now we just want to close this game out. Hand off to White. Oh, nice juke. It'll get us almost the first down, but we'll end up just short, half a yard short. And we'll go right back to White. Oh, a nice juke outside, and he gets it inside the 40. Another nice day so far for Rachaad White. Started off slow, but it's starting to work now. 1st and 10. Lance looking to the right. Got Blake, and he's out of bounds after 8. Lance again to the outside. That one to Wharton, and he will make the catch. That was an impressive catch, too. And it'll be first down. 7 catches, 82 yards for Wharton today. Haven't had a lot of big plays from our passing game, but consistent plays have been everywhere. And another nice catch, and that one's to James Blake. All right, here we go, 1st and 10. Big set here. I'm looking for a run off to the left side. No, it's going to be a play action. And Lance to the end zone, and it's incomplete. Looking for Godwin over the middle. And a little bit off on the timing there, or maybe the throw. I'm not sure which one. It'll be 2nd and 10. Pitch play to White, and White into the end zone, touchdown. That was a big run, and that one pretty much puts the nail in the coffin on any chance Detroit had of coming back. First pitch play that goes for a touchdown, I think, this entire franchise series that I've been doing. And that's some good blocking, some good plays by White. And yeah, like I said, that pretty much just called game. All right, so Jared Goff comes out here, and they're going to hand it off to Gibbs. It almost feels like they just gave up on the game, because I don't think you want to run it at this point if you honestly think you're coming back. But now at 2.5 minutes to go, it's going to be difficult to mount any type of a comeback as he finds Donovan Peoples-Jones up to the 46. Peoples-Jones, man, he is such an underrated player in these CPU games. He always performs. I don't know if you guys have caught on to that in my franchise series, or maybe some other ones that you've watched where you've seen him play, or maybe the team that you watch, you know, or even your own franchise, but he always is making plays. Always very consistent for any team that he's on. Coming up on the 2-minute warning here. Detroit mounting somewhat of a little bit of a drive. Goff over the middle, and that is a big-time catch from Brock Wright. The tight ends are not by any means high value or like dominating on Detroit right now ratings-wise, but they have been making some big plays. Brock Wright, definitely. He only has 37 yards, but them 5 catches he made, they were in big situations, like that one there, the 3rd down on the opening part of the game. And there's one to Amonra St. Brown down to the 6, which is going to put Detroit in scoring range here to at least make this game a little bit more, look more meaningful anyway. Short one to Williams. He makes the catch down to the 1. All right, we got 4 receivers, 2 tight ends split out here. Goff looking over the middle. Easy touchdown. It's Jahmyr Gibbs. And Detroit will put up a little bit of a fight at the end here. 1st and 10, and we have the ball at the 49. I'm going to be honest, I didn't even look at what happened because I was looking at my phone. Not going to lie. And there goes Samuel. And he'll get a nice run. I love Rachaad White, man, but I really want to see what Samuel can do too. Not play White, but I just want to have, I don't know, man. Maybe I just want to run the ball 40 times a game. I think he can be good, right? Oh, and there goes White. Was that going to make it a 100-yard day? Does that give him 100 yards? It's not going to tell us. We'll find out afterwards. But we are just going to down it. And man, guys, we only had 1 interception. Did we get enough to get that superstar ability? I think we might have. We definitely had over 350 scrimmage yards. I know that. And there it is, guys. That is the game. We finished the game with a big win again, 31-17 in Detroit. And I am curious now to see if we have our hands on a superstar development quarterback. And after the game, it looks like Trey Lance gets himself an upgrade as well. So let's go here. Field general. Yes, we need to keep field general going up here if we want him to be a potentially good quarterback. Awareness and throw accuracy mid. We did not get the upgrade. Dang. I'm wondering if they counted the turnover from the fumble against him as well. Does it one or fewer turnovers? That's probably what it was. Dang, and no upgrade. It almost was a great game for Trey Lance, but overall it was a sort of a back and forth up until the end there. And that's going to put us into week 10 with one of our division games against the Saints. And we have 2 new injuries. Yaya Diaby and Jeff Benson, both hurt for 4 weeks. Oh man, that sucks. That's our kick returner, and Diaby's been actually really good in rotational situations with getting pressure. So that sucks to see. And there we go. So now that we are in week 10, we are firmly in second place still, 5-3. We have the Saints this week. If we beat the Saints, that's going to put us at a 2-game advantage over the Saints and Panthers in the South. And we have the tiebreaker over the Falcons. So all we need them to do is mess up 1 week, or we need to play them again and beat them again. So that is, yeah, I feel like we're really starting to put together something here, guys. We could be seeing ourselves making some moves towards the end of the season here to get ourselves first place in the division. As for this video, that is all I have for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know down below what you guys think of the new slider set. I will be doing a separate video for this slider set. If things go according to plan, I'll probably do one more franchise video so I can just see how they are after, you know, when you're doing this testing that same week, sometimes things just get a little haywire. So I want to sim like I just did, get another game in, see how things go. And then from there, if things look good, I will be doing a video update on the sliders. It's a shame it took so long, but you know, I don't know. I mean, it is what it is. I can't change it now. But anyway, let me know down below what you guys think of that. Before you head out, consider leaving a like if you like what you saw. It helps me out tremendously. Hit that sub button if you are brand new here and you want to see some more, and turn on that bell notification, and I will see you guys next time.